बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम।
शुरू अल्लाह के नाम से जो रहमान और रहीम है।
इक़रा बिस्मि रब्बिकल्लज़ी खलक़।
पढ़ो ए नबी अपने रब के नाम के साथ जिसने पैदा किया।
खलक़ल इंसान मिन अलक़।
जमे हुए खून के एक लोथड़े से इंसान की तख्लीक की।
इक़रा व रब्बुकल अकरम।
पढ़ो और तुम्हारा रब बड़ा करीम है।
अल्लज़ी अल्लम बिल क़लम।
जिसने कलम के जरिए से इल्म सिखाया।
अल्लमल इंसान मा लम यअलम।
इंसान को वो इल्म दिया जिसे वो न जानता था।
Assalamu alaikum students, we start our class with the name of Allah who is most beneficent and ever merciful. Student, this is class 8, period is science and video number is 4. The academic week of this video is week number 5. Students, in previous week we have completed our chapter number 10, that was heating, that was light. Now I am going to start chapter number 11, that is sound and hearing. Today we will start chapter number 11, sound and hearing. Students, as the name of the chapter describes that we will discuss about the phenomena of hearing and about sound. How do we hear the sound and what is sound? Before defining the phenomena of sound or the topic of sound, I want to ask you to just close your eye and listen for a while the sounds that are present around you. कुछ देर के लिए अपनी आंखों को बंद करें और अपने इर्द गिर्द की आवाज़ों को सुनना शुरू करें. What do you hear? What different types of sounds do you hear? How do you differentiate between different types of sound? When you close your eyes, obviously you will hear the sounds that are present in your surrounding. It may be a sound of any person talking, it may be a sound of some music, it may be a sound of churning birds, or it may be a sound of falling something. So how could you differentiate between these different sounds? How do you hear these sounds? Do you know that how does these sounds are made? These questions will surprise you, or these questions will present a curiosity, और ये questions आपके अंदर क्या curiosity पैदा करेंगे, that you must know about the sound and you must also know about the property of that sound that differentiate between different sounds. Means कि जितनी भी आवाज़ें आपने सुनी अपने surrounding की, उनको differentiate करने के लिए you must know that what is sound and what are the properties of sound. So in this chapter we are going to discuss the two main topics that are given in your book, hearing sound, in which we will discuss how are sound made, how do sound travel, how do we hear the sound, and the second topic is topic 11.2, in which we will study about pitch, which is the quality or a property, or we can say that the characteristic of sound, as well as another property of sound, that is loudness. And in topic 11.2 we will discuss about pitch and frequency, loudness and amplitude, and at last we will discuss the characteristics of sound waves. Let's start with the very first topic, that is sound. So what is sound? Just like light and heat, sound is also a form of energy. Sound is a form of energy. How does this energy produce? This energy which we call sound is produced by vibration. And how do we hear the sound? This form of energy which is produced by vibration is detected by, or that can be detected by, an organ of human body, that is called ear. So what is sound? It's just a form of energy. क्या है sound? It's just a form of energy. How does this form of energy is produced? This form of energy is produced by vibration. This form of energy is produced by vibration. And how can we hear the sound? We can hear the sound or we can detect the sound by human ear. All of you know about human ear. Now you are understand about the energy. What are vibrations? Vibrations are basically periodic back and forth motion or movement. Vibrations are periodic back and forth motions or movement of particles. Movement of particles of an elastic body or a medium. All of you know that we have three types of mediums: solid, liquid, gas, which are made up of different particles, which are made up of molecules and atoms. And due to the vibrations of these molecules and atoms, the sound energy will move, the sound energy will transfer. And what about an elastic body? An elastic body is just like a body that can be stretched easily. As you can see, this is a rubber band. If I want to produce a vibration through this rubber band, so you can observe when I am plucking this rubber band, it starts vibrating, and you can also hear that sound. आप इस आवाज को सुन भी सकते हैं. This object which is elastic in nature, when we stretch this rubber band and pluck this rubber band, it starts to vibrate. It starts to vibrate, and due to this vibration, a sound energy is produced. And how does this sound energy travel? This sound energy is traveled by the movement or by the vibrations which are received by air molecules. जब हमने इस रबर बैंड को स्ट्रेच किया, which is a elastic body, तो क्या, और जब स्ट्रेच करने के बाद जब हमने इसे प्लग किया, when we plug this elastic body, it starts vibration, and these vibrations are passes by the air molecules. And when these air molecules receives and passes the vibration to the last air molecule which is present inside our air, these vibrations are heard by human ear. So this is the phenomena about the form of energy which is produced by vibration and heard by or detected by our human ear. This is called sound. I hope you have understood the definition and the meaning of sound. All right, now the next topic is how are sounds made? How are sound made? As I have already told you that sounds are produced by or sounds are made by vibration. And how does these vibrations are produced? There are so many examples. For example, number one, plucking the string. Plucking the string of sitar. Sitar is a musical instrument. String of sitar. Sitar is a musical instrument. As well as when we talk, then sound is produced. How does this sound is produced? Because when we talk, then inside our throat there is a voice box along with vocal cord lies. थ्रॉट के अंदर एक वॉइस बॉक्स होता है. उस वॉइस बॉक्स के साथ क्या मौजूद है? वोकल कॉर्ड. एंड व्हेन वी टॉक, दिस वोकल कॉर्ड वाइब्रेट. यू कैन ऑल्सो ऑब्जर्व बाय प्रेसिंग योर फिंगर, बाय कीपिंग योर फिंगर ऑन योर नेक and starts to talk. जब आप बात कर रहे होंगे तो your neck will vibrate. This vibration showing that we are producing some sort of sounds due to the vibration of that vocal cord, right? So vocal cord vibrates and produce sound by plucking the strings of guitar or violin. Some vibrations are produced and these vibrations are the sound energy. So we have understood the answer of, or we have got the answer of our first topic, that is how are sounds made, and the answer is sounds are made by vibration. For example, plucking the string of sitar produce vibration. Similarly, vocal cord vibrate and produce sound, and by plucking a string of violins, vibrations are produced and travel. Now the next topic is how do sound travel. Sound travel कैसे करती है, move कैसे करती है. How do sound travels? Students, all of you know that any sort of energy, either it is a light energy, sound energy or heat energy, it needs a medium to travel. So similarly, like sound, like light and heat, sound also needs a medium. Sound needs a medium to travel. Just like light and heat, sound is also a form of energy that needs a medium to travel. It means it will travel through the molecules, either they are the molecules of solid, liquid or gases. It means sound can travel through solid, sound can travel through solid, liquid and gases. Sound can travel through solid, liquid and gases, but cannot travel through vacuum. Why sound cannot travel through vacuum? All of you know that vacuum is a place where there is no molecule. ऐसी जगह, ऐसी कोई जगह, ऐसी कोई चीज जहां कोई मॉलिक्यूल ना हो, नॉट अ मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ सॉलिड, लिक्विड और गैस. ना तो गैस का कोई मॉलिक्यूल है, ना सॉलिड का, ना लिक्विड का. सो दैट प्लेस और दैट ऑब्जेक्ट इज कॉल्ड वैक्यूम. And when there is no molecule, how will sound energy travel? Because sound energy needs a molecule to travel, sound energy needs a medium to travel. That's why sound cannot travel through the vacuum, because inside the vacuum there is no medium. Sound cannot travel through vacuum because it has no medium, and sound needs a medium to travel. Okay, if we talk about the speed of sound, then speed of sound is different in different medium. Speed of sound is different in different medium. For example, if we talk about the speed of sound at 20 degrees centigrade temperature in air, in water and in steel. So in air, the speed of sound will be 343 meter per second. In water, meter per second, whereas in steel 4960 meter per second. Miss, students, the speed of sound at 20 degrees centigrade in air is 343 meter per second. Meter per second is the unit of speed of sound. In water, the speed of sound is 1482 meter per second, whereas the speed of sound in steel is 5960 meter per second. As you can compare the speed of sound in gas, in liquid and in solid. So you will observe that the speed of sound in air is less than speed of sound in water, and speed of sound in water is less than the speed of sound in steel. Sound travel very fastly in solid as compared to liquid, and sound travel fastly in liquid as compared to गैसेस, सॉलिड में साउंड की स्पीड सबसे ज्यादा, लिक्विड में साउंड की स्पीड सॉलिड से कम, और सबसे कम स्पीड साउंड की है किसमें, एयर में, विच इज 343 मीटर per second. So sound travel fastly in solids whereas slowly in air or in gases. Why sound travel fastly in solids? Because the particles in solids are closely packed together. साउंड इसमें सॉलिड में बहुत स्पीड से ट्रेवल करे, क्यों? क्योंकि सॉलिड के पार्टिकल्स एक दूसरे से बहुत करीब हैं और जल्दी जल्दी वाइब्रेट कर रहे हैं. ड्यूरिंग, रिमेंबर वन थिंग, ड्यूरिंग दीज वाइब्रेशन द पार्टिकल्स देमसेल्व्स डू नॉट मूव. जब ये वाइब्रेशंस प्रोड्यूस हो रही होती हैं, पार्टिकल्स अपनी प्लेस नहीं छोड़ते, पार्टिकल मूव नहीं करते, जस्ट लाइक द हीट एनर्जी दैट वाज ट्रांसफरिंग थ्रू द प्रोसेस ऑफ कंडक्शन. जो हमने हीट के चैप्टर में पढ़ा था कि ड्यूरिंग कंडक्शन पार्टिकल्स देमसेल्व्स डू नॉट मूव, वो अपनी जगह नहीं छोड़ते, दे रिसीव्स द वाइब्रेशन एंड पासेस टू द नेक्स्ट मॉलिक्यूल. एक मॉलिक्यूल ने वाइब्रेशन रिसीव की, दूसरे मॉलिक्यूल को पास की, और ये वाइब्रेशन आप उस जगह तक जाती जाएंगी जब तक कि वो हमें सुनाई ना दे. Let's suppose if the sound is traveling through any solid object, the first particle firstly vibrate and this vibration passes to the last particle, and from that particle it enters into the air and the molecules of air will starts to vibrate until this vibration reach to your ear. ये air में vibration उस वक्त तक होती रहेगी जब तक कि वो vibrations आपके कानों तक ना पहुंच जाएं. Alright, that's why sound travel fastly in solids as compared to liquid and gases. How we can prove that sound travels? We can prove it by an instrument, and physics lab's instrument, that is called tuning fork. Okay students, sound travels in the form of sound wave through the compression, through the series of compressions and rarefactions. What are compressions and what are rarefactions? First of all, you must know that sound travels in the form of sound wave. When we want to show the traveling of sound, we will represent it by sound wave through a series of compressions and rarefactions. What are compressions? Compressions are the regions where the molecules are compressed. The molecules of any medium are compressed. Either it is a air medium, liquid medium, or a solid medium. And what are rarefactions? Rarefactions are regions where the molecules are spread out, compressed and spread out. Spread out means expansion, compressed means contraction. जहाँ पर molecules spread हो रहे हो, फैल रहे हो, वो region कहलाता है rarefactions. जहाँ पर molecules close हो रहे हो, करीब आ रहे हो, वो region कहलाता है compression, where the molecules are compressed. We will show it by an instrument called tuning fork. This is an instrument which we call tuning fork, which is made up of hard metal and look like a fork. Students, always remember there are different types of objects. Some vibrations of some objects can be observed easily. You can see that the vibration of this rubber band can be observed easily, but the vibration of tuning fork cannot be observed easily. We can show it by a diagram. It is a very hard metal object. Its vibration is cannot be observed easily. That's why I am drawing the vibration produced by this tuning fork here in the form of compressions and rarefaction. This tuning fork is an instrument which is fork-like, alright. When we strike this tuning fork on a very hard rubber band, then its edges or its ends will starts vibration. How can we observe this vibration? When we keep this tuning fork close to a water filled tube, then the water inside this tube will starts vibration. जब हम ट्यूनिंग फॉक को इस रबर बैंड पर स्ट्राइक करते हैं और इसको इसके करीब लेकर जाएंगे, इस वाटर फिल्ड ट्यूब के करीब लेकर जाएंगे, तो इसके अंदर जो पानी है, इस ट्यूब के अंदर जो पानी है वो हिलना शुरू हो जाता है. दैट शोज that tuning fork is vibrating. But how can we show it by a diagram? So we can show it by a diagram like this. When the tuning fork moves inward, when the tuning fork moves inward, जब ये tuning fork अंदर की तरफ इसके prong, these two ends are called prongs. इसके दो ends इनको हम क्या कहते हैं? Prongs. When we strike the tuning fork on a rubber band, the prongs will start to vibrate. When the prongs move inward, when the prongs moves in inward direction, अंदर की तरफ जाएंगे, inward, then air molecule will, or the molecules next to it, molecules next to it spread out, and when prong moves outward, बाहर की तरफ मूव करेगा, तो molecules next to it will compress like this. First of all, जब ये अंदर की तरफ मूव कर रहा है तो मॉलिक्यूल्स क्या हो रहे हैं? स्प्रेड हो रहे हैं, फैल रहे हैं. और जब ये बाहर की तरफ मूव कर रहा है तो मॉलिक्यूल्स कंप्रेस हो रहे हैं. दिस इज द रीजन ऑफ कंप्रेशन. नाउ अगेन स्प्रेड, अगेन कंप्रेस. In this way, sound travels by the compressions and rarefactions of air molecules. This region and this region as well as this region is the region of, these are the regions of rarefactions, whereas this is the region of compression. These three regions are the regions of rarefactions, whereas this region and this one also is the region of these two regions are the regions of compressions, whereas these two regions are the regions of rarefactions. So in this way, sound travels. How does sound travel? Sound travels in the form of sound waves through the series of compressions and rarefactions. This one are the series of rarefactions, whereas this one and that one are the series of compression, and through these series of compressions and rarefactions, sounds travels. So here we have completed our first topic, how are sounds made, and the second topic, that is how do sound travels. Now I am going to start how do we hear the sounds. Before starting the last topic of topic 11.1, I also want to show you the sound wave. If you want to show the graphical diagram of sound wave, then sound travels in the form of wave, and this is a diagram of a sound wave. All right, this is sound wave. The upper portions, these are called crest or crest. The distance between two vibrations, these are basically vibrations. What are these things? These are vibrations. The distance between two crest or two vibration is called crest. From one vibration to second vibration, this is called crest, or these are the crest, whereas these are troughs. All right, crest, trough. Now how do we hear sound? All of you know that we can hear the sound by an organ that is called human ear. This is the diagram of human ear. How can we hear the sound? We can hear the sound by an organ that is called human ear. Human ear. What is human ear? An organ that can hear or detect the sound. If we talk about the parts of ear and their functions, then human ear is divided into three parts: outer or external ear, middle ear, and the last one is inner or internal ear. Human ear is basically divided into three parts: outer or external ear, middle ear, inner or internal ear. And the outer or external ear is again divided into three parts. Number one, ear pinna. Number two, ear canal. Number three, ear drum. And middle ear is consists of three bones: hammer, anvil, and the third one is stirrup. Whereas inner or the internal ear consists of two parts: cochlea and auditory nerves. If we talk about the simplest function of human ear, so the simplest function of human ear is to convert sound waves into electrical signals. What is the function of human ear? Is to convert sound waves into electrical signals, which are sent to brain, and then brain interpret the sound, and brain interpret these electrical signals as sound. What is the main function of human ear? Convert the sound waves which are traveling through the air. The sound waves which are traveling through the air are converted into electrical signals by the human ear, and these electrical signals are sent to the brain, and as a result brain interpret these electrical signals as sound. So this is the simplest function of human ear. If we talk about the parts of human ear, then human ear is divided into three parts. Let's look at the diagram. This is the outer part of the human ear, which we call ear pinna, and ear pinna is open into a long tube, and this long tube is called ear canal. At the end of this ear canal there is a stretched skin that we call ear drum. Again come to the first part. The first part of human ear is the outer part, which is a funnel shaped structure or a funnel shaped body, which we call ear pinna. The first part of human ear is outer part of human ear, and that is pinna. And what pinna looks like? It looks like a funnel. What does its function? This ear pinna collects and directs the sound waves. The sound wave. जितनी भी साउंड और वाइब्रेशंस एयर पिना के सराउंडिंग में होती है, इट कलेक्ट्स द and directs the sounds which are present in its surrounding and transfer them into the ear canal. And what is ear canal? It is a long tube that separates ear pinna and ear drum. And what does its function? Its function. What is the function of ear canal? When the ear pinna collects and directs the sound, then these sound waves passes through ear canal to ear drum. जब साउंड हमारे एयर की सराउंडिंग्स में से एयर पिना कलेक्ट करता है, देन दीज साउंड वेव्स आर पासेस थ्रू द एयर कैनाल टू द एयर ड्रम. सो द थर्ड पार्ट ऑफ outer part of human ear is ear drum, which we also call tympanic membrane. It is basically made up of a thin sheet. The eardrum is made up of a thin sheet that is stretched tightly around the ear canal. एयर कैनाल के एंड पर एक बहुत बारीक सी टाइटली स्ट्रेच थिन मेम्ब्रेन मौजूद होती है, एंड दैट थिन मेम्ब्रेन इज कॉल्ड एयर ड्रम और द टिम्पैनिक मेम्ब्रेन. व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ एयर ड्रम or the tympanic membrane? When the vibrations reach from the ear pinna through the ear canal, it will strike on the eardrum, just like when you strike a wood rod on a drum. जब हम एक लकड़ी की रॉड से ड्रम के ऊपर इसको स्ट्राइक करते हैं, then this drum skin starts to vibrate. तो जो ड्रम की स्किन होती है, ढोल की जो स्किन होती है, वो वाइब्रेट करती है. Similarly, when the sound waves strikes on the eardrum, when sound waves strikes on eardrum, it starts to vibrate on eardrum. Then eardrum, it starts to vibrate. Eardrum starts to vibrate. सबसे पहले क्या हुआ? साउंड की वेव्स एयर पिना में आए, एयर पिना से एयर कैनाल से साउंड वेव्स जब एयर ड्रम पे गए तो एयर ड्रम ने वाइब्रेट करना शुरू कर दिया. So these are the three parts of outer part of human ear. Now I'm going to discuss the middle ear. Middle ear is basically made up of middle ear. It is made up of three chain-like bones which are arranged in a liver-like manner. Is made up of three chain-like bones arranged in liver-like manner. They are the three bones: hammer, anvil, and stirrup. Firstly, the hammer that is attached with the eardrum. When the eardrum vibrates, the anvil starts to vibrate because it receives the vibration. it receives the sound wave in the form of vibration. When the hammer vibrates, its vibrations are passes to the anvil and anvil starts to vibrate. And when anvil starts to vibrate, it passes on the vibration to the stirrup, and the stirrup starts to vibrate. But among all these three bones, stirrup vibrates greater. Stirrup vibrates greater than hammer and anvil. It vibrates greatly than anvil and hammer, and in this way the sound in the form of vibrations passes through the middle ear. Now the sound waves which are passes through the middle ear, which consists of three bones, it enters into the inner ear. Inner ear, which is made up of two parts, inner ear, that is made up of cochlea. What is cochlea? If you look at this diagram, these are the three bones, hammer, anvil and stirrup, and this is a long coiled tube. This is a long coiled tube. This long coiled tube, which is filled with fluid, a liquid, along with many tiny hairs. This long coiled tube is called cochlea. So what is cochlea? Cochlea is a long coiled tube filled with fluid and tiny hairs. Alright, this cochlea is attached with the stirrup, the last bone, which vibrates greater than hammer and anvil. This stirrup passes the vibrations into the cochlea. जब stirrup vibrations को cochlea में pass कर देती है, then the liquid that is present inside the cochlea, the fluid which is present inside the cochlea starts to vibrate. Along with this, these tiny hairs also starts to vibrate. When the tiny hairs vibrate, they produce electrical signals. So what is the function of cochlea? First of all, liquid or the fluid vibrates, and as a result tiny hairs produce electrical signals. Electrical signals are produced by tiny hairs as a result of vibration of the liquid that is present inside the cochlea. जब cochlea के अंदर जो liquid है वो vibrate करता है तो tiny hairs vibrate करते हैं, and जब tiny hairs vibrate करेंगे तो क्या produce करेंगे? Electrical signals. Then these electrical signals are carried by auditory nerves. What are auditory nerves? The nerves which are connected, the nerves that connect inner ear to the brain. And what is the function of auditory nerve? The function of auditory nerve is it sends electrical signals to brain, and that interpret it as sound. In this way we can hear the sound. सबसे पहले क्या हुआ? एयर पिना के सराउंडिंग में जितनी भी साउंड थी that will enter or collect or direct by the air pinna and enters into the air canal, which is a long tube. This long tube passes these vibrations to the or sound waves to the eardrum, which is made up of thin membrane. This thin membrane that we call tympanic membrane or the eardrum starts to vibrate, and after vibrating this eardrum, the vibrations are passes to three bones. First, hammer receives this vibration, and from the hammer the vibrations are passes to the anvil, and from the anvil the vibrations are passes to the stirrup, which is the last bone of the middle ear. And when stirrup vibrates, it passes on the vibrations to the inner ear's first part, that is cochlea. Inside the cochlea, the liquid fluid starts to vibrate because of receiving the vibrations from the stirrup. And then as a result of the vibration of this fluid, the tiny hairs present inside the cochlea starts to vibrate, which produce electrical signals, and these electrical signals are received by auditory nerves, and these auditory nerves transfer the signals to the brain. As a result, the brain interprets these electrical signals as sound. In this way, sound travels through the air, or we heard the sound in this manner. I hope you have understood the first topic, topic 11.1 clearly, in which we have discussed about how are sound made, how do sound travel, and how do we hear the sound. Okay students, now it's time to start topic 11.2, pitch and loudness. First of all, I want to ask you a question. What enables you to differentiate between two different voices? What property will you use to differentiate between two different voices? How could you differentiate between a man and a woman voice? What property would you use to differentiate between a man and a woman voice? मतलब कि आप किस तरह से एक मैन और एक वुमेन की वॉइस में डिफरेंशिएट कर सकते हैं. हाउ वुड आ म्यूजिशियन कैन डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन टू डिफरेंट म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स वॉइस. हर म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट की अपनी एक वॉइस होती है, अपनी एक टोन होती है. हाउ दीज म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स विच प्रोड्यूस डिफरेंट वॉइसेस एंड हाउ कैन वी डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन दीज डिफरेंट वॉइसेस. सो देयर आर सम प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ साउंड, देयर आर सम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ साउंड, और वी कैन से दैट देयर आर सम प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ साउंड, qualities of sound that can differentiate between two different or between different voices. So the first property or the quality of sound is pitch. What is pitch? Pitch is basically a distinctive quality or a characteristic of sound that can differentiate between shrill and flat sound. Shrill sound is a sound that have more vibrations, and flat is a type of sound that has less vibrations. So this is the difference between shrill sound and a flat sound. Shrill sound वो sound होगी जिसमें कम vibrations produce होंगी, flat sound वो sound होगी जिसमें ज़्यादा vibrations produce होंगी, and on the basis of these vibrations we can differentiate between two voices, and this property is called pitch. Pitch is measured in terms of, or we can say that pitch is measured or depends on frequency. Pitch is measured in frequency or depends on frequency. Now what is frequency? Frequency is basically is the number of vibrations. Frequency is the number of vibrations in 1 second. एक सेकंड के अंदर किसी भी साउंड वेव में कितनी वाइब्रेशंस प्रोड्यूस हो रही हैं, that will be called the frequency of that sound wave. For example, look at this, the diagram of this sound wave. In this diagram, here we have total 1, 2, 3, 4. So its frequency will be 4 vibrations per second because it produces 4 vibrations. And if I draw another diagram of a sound wave, like this, Now here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we have only 4 vibrations, but in this sound wave we have 6 vibrations per second. So what will be the frequency? Its frequency will be 4 vibrations per second, whereas the frequency of wave B will be 3 or 6 vibrations per second. Wave A has 4 vibrations per second, whereas wave B has 6 vibrations per second. So this will be the frequency of wave A and this will be the frequency of wave B. Now I hope you have understood the phenomena of vibrations, that is phenomena of frequency, that is vibration produced in 1 second. What will be the unit for frequency? The frequency is measured in a unit that we call hertz. SI unit of frequency is hertz and its symbol is capital H and small letter में Z. Capital H and small z is the symbol of the unit hertz, which is the unit of frequency. So we can say that frequency is measured in terms of hertz, whereas pitch is measured in terms of frequency, because pitch is dependent on frequency. Okay, what is the human ear range about the frequency? Human ear can detect the sounds with frequency ranging from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz is the range of human ear about the frequency. Human ear can detect the sound with the frequency 20 hertz to the frequency 20 kilohertz. The sound wave which has frequency below 20 hertz or greater than 20 kilohertz, then both these sounds cannot be heard by the human ear. So there are two types of sound: infrasound and ultrasounds. Infrasounds and ultrasounds. Infrasounds are the sounds with the frequency ranging from or with the frequency range below 20 hertz. Infrasounds are the sounds with the frequency below 20 hertz, whereas ultrasounds are the sounds with the frequency more than 20 kilohertz. It's a sound with frequency below 20 hertz and it's a sound with frequency more than 20 kilohertz. Both these sounds cannot be heard by human ear. Human ear cannot detect or hear these sound. Human ear cannot hear infrasound as well as ultrasound. ना तो हम ultrasounds को सुन सकते हैं, ना ही हम infrasounds को सुन सकते हैं. Why we cannot hear the infra and the ultrasounds? Because the frequency range of infrasound is below 20 hertz, whereas the frequency range of ultrasound is above or greater than 20 kilohertz. That's why we cannot hear these sounds. Okay. Students, always remember one thing, that some objects which are thinner, produce higher frequency and high pitch sound. Why they produce high frequency or high pitch sound? Because they vibrate more और faster. ऐसे ऑब्जेक्ट्स जो थिन हो वो हायर फ्रीक्वेंसी और हायर पिच की साउंड प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि वो ज्यादा वाइब्रेट करते हैं और तेजी से वाइब्रेट करते हैं. एंड ऑब्जेक्ट्स which are thicker they produce low pitch or low frequency and low pitch sound. Why? Because they produce less or slow vibrations. क्योंकि उनकी vibrations कम होती हैं. If you plug the string of elastic rubber or if you plug this elastic rubber, it will vibrate more or it will vibrate faster as compare if I want to vibrate this wooden ruler. It will also vibrate, but its vibration is not observable easily, as well as its vibration will not be faster. So it will produce low frequency or low pitch sound, whereas the elastic rubber will produce high frequency or high pitch sound because it vibrates fastly, it vibrates more. All right, we can take the example of musical instruments to show the vibration of high pitch sound or the vibrations of low pitch sound. There are some instruments like piano which have unlimited range of frequency. Different keys of piano give different sounds or give the sounds with different frequencies. Low frequency sound, it will produce low frequency sound as well as it will produce high frequency sound. कुछ musical instruments ऐसे होते हैं जिनके पास range होती है different frequency की sound produce करने की, but there are some musical instruments whose frequency range is limited. Here we have example of violin and double bass. Both these are musical instrument. If you want to see their diagram, you will see the diagram through your book. So violin is a musical instrument which produce high frequency or high pitch sound because its strings are thin, whereas double bass is also a musical instrument which produce sound with low pitch and low frequency because its strings are thicker. As well as there is another difference between these two instruments is about their length. If we talk about the length of instrument, so the first instrument, that is violin, is length of instrument, not the length of instrument, length of string. So the first instrument, musical instrument is violin. So its strings are long. String कैसा है इसका? Long है. Whereas the string of double bass is shorter. Its string is short. Sorry, its string is long. Its string is short. Violin has short string, whereas double bass has long string. There is a difference between their length of string as well as the strings of violin are thin. If we talk about the thickness of string. So its string is thin and its string is thick. As we have already discussed that thin objects vibrates more as compared to the thin objects vibrates more as compared to the thick objects. So the string of double bass is long as well as it is thick. So it will produce low pitch and low frequency sound. Why it will produce low pitch and low frequency sound? Because the string is thick and thick objects vibrate less, whereas the strings of violin vibrates more and fastly, so it will produce high pitch and high frequency sound. Why it produce high pitch and high frequency sound? Because the violin string is thin and short, so it will vibrate much more than the string of double bass. That's why it will produce more vibrations, and as a result of more vibration it will produce a high pitch and high frequency sound wave. If we want to change the pitch of a musical instrument, what we can do? अगर हम किसी भी musical instrument की pitch को change करना चाहें, number of vibrations को change करना चाहें, so what a musician can do? तो एक musician क्या करेगा? So there is a solution. How do we change the pitch of an इंस्ट्रूमेंट? किसी भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट की पिच को, म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट की पिच को कैसे चेंज किया जा सकता है? सो वी कैन चेंज द पिच ऑफ अ म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट बाय इंक्रीजिंग टेंशन ऑफ स्ट्रिंग. अगर हम स्ट्रिंग को टाइट करें, if we tighten the string, we can increase the tension of the string and it will vibrate more. Or we can by shortens the string. अगर हम string का size short कर दे, by shortens the string, या तो हम string को बहुत ज़्यादा tight कर लें तो उससे वो stretch हो जाएगा और क्या होगा? Tension increase होगी. Due to increase in tension, it will vibrate more. Or we can shorten the string. If we short the size of the string, it will again tension will appear, and as a result it will vibrate more. So in this way a musician can change the pitch of a musical instrument. Here we have completed the first topic of 11.1, that 11.2, that is pitch and frequency. Now I'm going to start the second topic of topic 11.2, that is loudness and amplitude. Loudness and amplitude. Students, some sounds are soft in nature and some sounds are loud in nature. How can we differentiate between a soft sound and a loud sound? As we have already discussed about a first property, that was pitch, which can differentiate between a shrill sound and a flat sound. But if we want to differentiate between a soft sound and a loud sound, then there will be a property that is called loudness. So we can differentiate between a loud sound and a soft sound by using the property, and that property is called loudness. Loudness is defined as property of sound that differentiate between loud and soft sounds. So if you want to differentiate between a loud sound and a soft sound, so it will be differentiated by a property that is called loudness. Alright, loud sound, always remember that loud sounds carries more energy than the soft sound. Loud sound में ज़्यादा energy होती है as compared to soft sound. So if we want to differentiate between these two sounds, so we will use the property that is called loudness. Loudness is dependent on amplitude. And what is amplitude? As frequency depend on pitch depends on frequency, similarly loudness depends on amplitude, and amplitude is measure of amount of energy, in a साउंड वेव. एक साउंड वेव में कितनी अमाउंट में एनर्जी मौजूद है, इट इज मेजर्ड एज एम्पलीट्यूड दैट कॉरेस्पॉन्ड टू द हाइट ऑफ वेव. इट मीन्स एक साउंड वेव कितना ऊंचा बन रहा है, दैट विल शो द एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ दैट साउंड वेव. लेट्स टेक एन एग्जाम्पल. If this is a sound wave, then this will be the height of the sound wave, or the amount of energy of the sound wave. This will called amplitude, and this amplitude shows that this sound is loud or not. So this is a wave 1 and this one will be wave 2. If we differentiate between these two sound waves, then you can compare these two sounds. The amplitude of this sound is greater than the amplitude of this sound. So the first one will be loud sound. It is loud sound, and it is soft sound. Why I am saying that the wave A is soft sound and the wave B is wave A is loud sound and wave B is soft sound? Because of its amplitude. Wave A has greater amplitude than the wave B. That's why wave A is loud sound and wave B is soft sound on the basis of the amount of energy that they are showing in the form of amplitude. Loudness depends on amplitude. All right, and amplitude is amount of energy in a sound wave. How can we measure the amplitude, or what will be the unit of amplitude? So the SI unit of amplitude is decibel, and its symbol is small d and capital B. So the unit for amplitude is decibel, or amplitude is measured with the unit called decibel. What instrument we can use to measure the amplitude or the amount of energy of a loud sound? So there are two instruments. Number one, sound level meter. Number two, sound sensor with data logger, and their diagrams are present in your book. So there are two instruments which we can use to measure the amount of energy or the amplitude or the loudness of sound. The first one is sound level meter, the second one is sound sensor with data logger. There are some sounds which are shown. There are some sounds with different decibels which are shown in this chart diagram, and these are the sounds and these are their loudness which are impacting on our human ear. If a sound that is with 0 decibel to 10 decibel, for example, it will be the sound of a falling leaves. पत्ते झड़ने की जो आवाज है, they can be heard barely. ये बहुत मुश्किल से हमें सुनाई देती है. As we have frequency range, human ear has frequency range between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Similarly, our ear has range of loudness. We can heard the sound from 20 decibels to 120 decibels. हम 10-20 डेसिबल से लेकर 120 डेसिबल्स की साउंड को बर्दाश्त कर सकते हैं. अबव दी साउंड सम प्रॉब्लम्स विल स्टार्ट. अगर 120 डेसिबल्स से ऊपर की लाउड साउंड हमारे कानों में आएगी, वी हर्ड द साउंड विद 120 decibel loudness, then it will cause some problems to our human ear. So let's start. At 0 to 10 decibel, we can barely hear the sound with 0 to 10 decibel, and it may be the sound of falling leaf. The range of loudness in decibel about of conversational sounds, जब हम बात कर रहे होते हैं उस वक्त जो loudness होती है उसकी रेंज है from 20 to 40, and it will suppose as a quiet sound. जब हम आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बात कर रहे होते हैं तो उस वक्त जो loudness measured की जाती है, it will be measured between 20 to 40 decibel, and it is considered as quiet sound which cannot damage our ear. All right. The sound of cheering, शोर मचाने की जो sound होती है उसकी जो amplitude है, it is 50 to 60 decibel. The amplitude of cheering sound is 50 to 60 decibel, and it is considered as loud sound. As well as the sound of moving train, its amplitude or its loudness is measured between 70 to 90 decibel. इसका amplitude measure किया जा रहा है between 70 to 90 decibel, and it is also considered as loud sound. At 100 decibel, we can also hear the sound, but it can cause permanent damage to ear if it is in frequent exposure. अगर हमारे कान में, let's suppose you use the hand free, if the sound that is coming from the hands free is about 100 decibel or 110 decibel sound, it produce 100 decibel or 110 decibel sound, then the frequent exposure of this amplitude sound will cause permanent damage to your ear because it damage the eardrum. इतनी ज्यादा डेसिबल की साउंड आपके एयर ड्रम को डैमेज कर सकती है अगर आप बार बार इतनी ही लाउड साउंड को सुन रहे हैं. दिस विल बी द साउंड ऑफ लाउड स्टीरो इन रूम और द साउंड ऑफ लाइटनिंग, बिजली कड़कने की आवाज. ऑलराइट, द साउंड विद द लाउडनेस और एम्पलीट्यूड above 110, 120 to 160. It is the sound with the amplitude 120 to 160. It is the sound of flying aeroplane. Sound which cause discomfort and pain. जब जहाज बहुत करीब से गुजर रहा होता है उसकी जो आवाज होती है, एयरप्लेन की जो वॉइस होती है, उसकी लाउडनेस कितनी मेजर की जा रही है, from 120 to 160. That cause discomfort to human ear. But if you heard the sound with the amplitude that will be measured in 170 to 180, then it cause instant damage to your ear. Your eardrum will be damaged and you cannot hear. You may become deaf. अगर हम 170 to 180 decibel की sound को सुने तो हम बहरे भी हो सकते हैं. So these are the sounds with the different amplitude which are measured in decibels and their effect on our human ear. All right, so here we have completed the topic that was about loudness and amplitude. Now I am going to start the last topic, that is characteristics of sound. Okay students, so here we are going to start the last topic, characteristics of of a sound wave. As we have studied earlier, that sound travels in the form of a wave, and a sound wave has three characteristics. The first one is the wave length. What is wavelength? Wavelength is basically the distance between two crests and two trough. Let's suppose this one is the sound wave. This is the sound wave. These are crest and these two are trough, right? So the distance between two crest or the distance between two trough, this is called wave length. This is called wave length. The second characteristic of sound wave is frequency, which we have already discussed. Frequency is number of vibrations per second. If we talk about this sound wave, then it has 1, 2 and 3. It has 3 vibrations per second. Alright, and the third property is amplitude. Amplitude is the third property of sound, and it is also discussed earlier that it is a measure of amount of energy in a sound wave. एक साउंड वेव की अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी कितनी है, उसकी हाइट कितनी है, दैट विल बी कॉल्ड इट्स एम्पलीट्यूड. दिस इज द एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ अ साउंड वेव. This is the amplitude. Alright. The distance between two crests is called wavelength. And the height of the wave is called amplitude. इसकी हाइट कितनी है, that is called amplitude. इस दो waves के दरमियान, दो vibrations के दरमियान distance कितना है, that is called wavelength. And if we count these waves or if we count the vibrations, so it will be called frequency, that is vibrations per second. So these are the three characteristics of a sound wave: wavelength, frequency and amplitude. If you look at the diagram or a chart on the board, then here we have different types of sounds or different types of sound wave. But before discussing these sound wave, I want to show you an instrument that is used to measure or that is used to represent the sound wave. This is the instrument that represents the sound wave, and this instrument is called oscilloscope. Oscilloscope is an instrument that shows the sound in the form of sound wave. If you look at this diagram, this is a sound wave that is showing by oscilloscope, which is connected with the microphone. When you use the mic and starts to talk or with someone, then the sound from this microphone will shown in the form of sound wave through this diagram in the oscilloscope. So this is an instrument which is used to show or represent the sound wave. Okay students, now it's time to discuss about different sound waves and their properties. Here we have two sounds, and which is the comparison of high sound and a low pitch sound. If you look at the diagram, you will differentiate between a low pitch sound, low frequency sound wave, high frequency sound wave with the low frequency sound wave. What is the difference between these two sound waves? If you look at the wavelength of high frequency sound is smaller than the wavelength of low frequency sound. Low frequency sound waves के दरमियान wavelength distance ज़्यादा होता है high frequency sounds के comparison में. जब distance बढ़ जाता है तो number of vibrations कम हो जाती है. If we count the number of vibrations, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This sound wave produce 6 vibration because it has लेस वेवलेंथ, क्योंकि इसकी वेवलेंथ और इन वाइब्रेशंस के दरमियान डिस्टेंस कम है, तो यहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ वाइब्रेशन ज्यादा हैं, वेवलेंथ कम है. दिस टाइप ऑफ साउंड इज कॉल्ड हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड वेव. If we compare it with that sound wave, so here we have only 3 vibrations, 1, 2, 3, because here we have less number of vibration, that's why they have a greater wavelength. Low frequency sound have greater wavelength and less number of vibrations. High frequency sound have more number of vibration and less wavelength. So if we compare between loud sound and a soft sound, so there is a great difference between loud sound and soft sound on the basis of their amplitude. We can differentiate on the basis of amplitude. Here we have greater amplitude in sound, loud sound. You can see loud sound has greater amplitude. The height of loud sound is much more than the height of soft sound. Soft sound has large number of vibrations. Number of vibrations ज़्यादा है, लेकिन amplitude और height of sound wave कम है. यहाँ number of vibrations कम है, लेकिन height ज़्यादा है. So if we want to compare between loud sound and soft sound, we will compare on the basis of its amplitude and the number of vibration. If we want to compare the high frequency or high pitch sound with the low frequency or low pitch sound, then we will differentiate on the basis of wavelength and again number of vibrations. Here we have the third comparison between two sound waves, and these two sound waves are the regular sound waves and the irregular sound wave. As you can see, the regular sound wave is called a pleasant sound. It has equal amplitude, and equal amplitude as well as equal number of vibration. But if we compare this pleasant sound with the noise sound, unwanted sound, irregular sound, then you can observe there is irregularity among the vibrations. Number of vibrations as well as the amplitude and wavelength of vibrations are irregular. So we can differentiate or we can compare on the basis of wavelength, amplitude and number of vibration, or on the basis of frequency between regular sound and irregular sound. Similarly, as we have studied that if we want to change the pitch of a sound, we can increase the tension of the string, or we can plug the string, or we can tighten the string. But if we want to change the loudness of any musical instrument, if we want to change the loudness of any instrument, what we can do? How we can change the loudness? How we can change the loudness of an object? Loudness of an instrument, musical instrument. So there is only one solution. Answer is bow the string harder. अगर हम स्ट्रिंग को बहुत हार्डली प्रेस करेंगे देन इट विल प्रोड्यूस लाउड साउंड. अगर हम स्ट्रिंग को टाइट करेंगे इट विल प्रोड्यूस हाई पिच और हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी साउंड. बट इफ वी प्रेस द स्ट्रिंग हार्डर, बहुत फोर्स के साथ अगर हम उसे प्रेस करेंगे देन इट विल प्रोड्यूस लाउड साउंड. हियर वी हैव कंप्लीटेड आवर चैप्टर नंबर 11 साउंड एंड हियरिंग, इन विच वी हैव डिस्कस्ड two main topics, topic 11.1 and topic 11.2. In 11.1 we have discussed about hearing sound, in which we have completed 3 topics: how are sound made, how do sound travels, how do we hear the sound. And in topic 11.2 we have discussed about pitch and loudness, pitch and frequency, loudness and amplitude, and at last we have discussed about characteristics of sound waves. Now it's time for your homework, video homework. Do try it out of page number 256 or 260. Here you have choice. If you want to do try it out of page number 256 you can do it, or you have choice with page number 260. दोनों में से कोई एक try it out आप करेंगे. and copy homework. Make title page, of chapter 11 and do review question 1 to 6. Think about it. Page number 255, 261, 265 and try it out. 266, try it out. Page 265 and think tank number 2. What will you do in your copy? Make a title page of chapter number 11, do question answer, review question 1 to 6, think about it, page number 255, 261, 266, try it out, page 265 and think tank number 2. We will meet in the next video with chapter number 12. Till then take care of yourself, do your work. Allah Hafiz.